Hey, what's up, everybody? I hope you're all doing awesome. I thought I'd mix things up with a quick video on this upcoming trial that Greg and I have going on, which is the gist of the case is a 41-year-old guy goes in for an MRI, and when they administer contrast into him for the contrast enhanced MRI, he has a really severe allergic reaction, and those are pretty rare to have the extent of an allergic reaction that he had. And our argument is that there were unnecessary delays in getting him the life-saving treatment, which should have been administered, specifically epinephrine, before he goes into cardiac arrest. And the defense's argument is, hey, we acted really fast under the circumstances. What more do you want us to do? This is a rare, unusual event, and we did the best that we could, and we resuscitated him, albeit with brain damage, and there wasn't anything more that we could do. So a couple interesting things is we had a pretrial conference, well, one of several, with Judge Jackie Bernard on Friday, and Greg mostly handled it. And she was just going over a lot of the different precautions that we're going to have to deal with in light of the COVID and the pandemic. So one of the more interesting ones was I got the impression that she's really going to want us stuck at counsel table for pretty much everything. Witness examinations, maybe even opening and closing statement. I will have to gain clarity on that as the time comes. The counsel will have to wear masks all the time. Defense counsel was understandably a little concerned about, well, what if I'm, feeling uncomfortable or I, have issues with that? And, the judge is super accommodating and super understanding and saying, we can take breaks and things of that nature. But, definitely lawyers have to wear masks. It sounds like the jury will have to wear masks. I'm not exactly sure how the jury itself, once they're picked, is going to be spread out in the courtroom. Interestingly, witnesses in the witness box will not wear masks. I'm guessing they're going to have one of those plexiglass partitions up or something like that. And then as far as selecting the jury is concerned, they are going to have a combination of people spread out in the courtroom. So people with the veneer that we select from spread out in the courtroom. And then I think also there may be another panel of people watching through some type of closed circuit video recording of the voir dire from another room, just to help space people out. So all of those issues are going to be really interesting. And I think, for instance, just practical matters, I'm going to have to practice giving a closing argument or practice examinations with the mask on. I always practice ahead of time a lot of that different stuff, but I have to make sure to actually do it with the mask on to get the feel of that. Is are we going to be able to be heard, that sort of thing, and just visualizing and lead up to trial, what it's going to be like to have a mask on during all this stuff, what it's going to be like logistically. Greg and I were talking, like, we're not going to be able to walk up and hand witnesses, say, their deposition transcript, or hand witnesses an exhibit before publishing it. And so I'm guessing we're just going to go straight to publishing a lot of different stuff, which maybe could create its own headaches or problems. So I think just thinking through all the different ways that, the not wanting to move around too much, not wanting to spread your germs or anything is going to have interesting implications. On a more just practical matter, Greg and I are having a little bit of a debate, and a good one. And the debate is that for this trial, we were thinking of Greg doing the opening statement and me doing the closing. And then Greg read a little footer in 12 Heroes, One Voice by Carl Bettinger, which is an awesome book if you haven't read it. And Bettinger is basically saying that he thinks it's really important that you have that sort of consistency, that the same person do the opening and the closing. And so now we're talking about, should one of us do both? And I think it's an interesting thought process. I'm pretty sure there's people on this listserv who have tried cases where they or attorneys in their office have split it up. And I'm sure there's other people that feel more strongly that the same lawyer needs to do opening and closing. So if anybody has a strong feeling on that, let me know. So I'll try to keep some updates as the trial moves closer. Obviously, who knows, maybe it'll settle. Although right now it's, from what we're told, it's a must-try case, and we're preparing accordingly. And yeah, it's just really interesting to see how this is all going to unfold. I think we have a really good case, certainly a super righteous case to bring to a jury that I don't think anybody will think is a waste of their time, even despite the pandemic and everything. And looking forward to trying to implement some new stuff that we've learned, particularly from some lawyers I've watched on CBN recently. So that's it. I hope you all are doing well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.